In this video, we're taking an epic street food tour in Bangalore. We're starting with one of the most famous dosas in all of India. Then we're trying a biryani you can only get in this city. And we're finishing our day with one of the wildest street food tours we've ever taken. Let's go.
After 5 months, we are finally back with a brand new video for you guys. If you want to know where we've been, we have the entire story in the description for you. But for now, let's get into the video.
Our first stop is Vidyartha Bhavan, and this place is legendary for dosas. People show up here in the morning and they'll wait in 30, 45-minute lines just to get in and get a taste of these crispy, buttery, crazy dosas.
They make so many of these, just watching them pile them on the tallways back there and then load them up on trays so they can get them out to everybody. This is a nice, thick, beautiful looking dosa. I've got a little bit of potato in there. Let me get some chutney mixed in with it. Yep, so good.
When I was doing the research for Bangalore, this was the place that stood out to me as something that was going to be very, very special. I am so excited. This thing is so crispy and buttery in my hands. Let's get our first bite. Wow, my goodness, that is the crispiest dosa I've ever had by a lot.
Man, it's spicy, it's crunchy. It's buttery. The butter in there is so good.
This one is super thick, but they still managed to make it the crunchiest I've ever had. I think that's what makes this dosa so special, is that it's still got the soft interior with that really crunchy outside. This thing's amazing.
I love the freshness from this chutney. I love the little spice that it adds to it. The aloo is cooked perfectly, but I cannot say enough about this dosa. This is amazing. The way it just soaks up all of this chutney, it's like a sponge.
This is one of my favorite dosas of all time. The filling is great, the outside is better, the chutney is delicious. This is why people stand in line. They know what they're doing.
We just had one of the best dosas of our life. We stepped out and it smells like a flower garden out here. They're putting together flowers on a strand for different ceremonies, guys. I want to tell you, never skip out on a flower market during wedding season. This place smells amazing. We're gonna walk around and literally smell the roses and just enjoy it out here.
After an amazing South Indian breakfast, things turned terrible very quickly. We tried to go to a place called Savaji for Donne Biryani. They were closed for a holiday, so we ended up having to go to another place called Donne Biryani Corner, also closed for a holiday. Then we went to another place. We've been walking for hours. We finally gave up and got in an Uber past this place, thought it was open. Looked it up, it has amazing reviews. It's a military hotel, it's highly rated, it's very famous. We finally found it. Let's go try some Donne Biryani.
We finally found Donne Biryani. We have been looking for so long, and I'm so glad it's here in front of me. One of the things that we have learned is the reason this is so different is the way they prepare it. So once they cook the rice, then they add all the masalas and the seasoning and let the juices and the flavors drench down into the meat from that. And this mutton has just been sitting at the bottom, absorbing all of the flavors. Another thing that's pretty different is that this is regular rice. It's not basmati rice. So let's see what the texture's like, what the taste is like. Let's get in there. I can already see some peas in here. I see lots of different vegetables. I'm gonna try it with just the rice first, and then we'll try the meat in a second.
This looks really, really nice. I can tell just by touching the rice that it's really tender. Let's see how it tastes. That's really good.
This one does have a little bit of a kick to it, and I'm enjoying that a lot. I think my favorite part about it so far is the texture of the rice and the herbs in it. It's just very, very flavor forward, and I absolutely love that.
This is different than any biryani I've ever had. In fact, if you put this next to all the other biryanis, I would wonder if this even was biryani. That's not a bad thing, it's just so different. The fragrance, the seasoning, the way that it's prepared, it's really, really unique. It's one of my favorite things about coming to India is everywhere you go, there's just a different way to eat incredible food. And that's what this is, incredible food.
Now I'm gonna add some of this gravy to it. They said this is where a lot of the spicy comes in. So I am just coating the mutton here, and then I'm gonna get a little bit of mix. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. Wow.
That is so much better. It is so good the way it comes, but when you add that gravy to it, oh my gosh, that is unbelievably good. This is top 3 or 4 biryani for me. This is really, really nice. This has been such a hectic day, but one thing always cheers me up, and that is street food. So we're headed to have some street food right now. We're going to a very famous place for it. It's called VV Puram, and this is going to be quite an adventure. Let's go. We made it to VV Puram, and this place is famous for its street food. The thing that's unique about this is that it's got Chinese food, it's got North Indian, it's got South Indian, it's got a variety of stuff. It's not one thing. The other thing that's interesting is it's veg. So we're gonna get started. We're going to the chaat shop to try something we've never tried before. It looks really unique and kind of weird. Let's go check it out. We're starting this crazy adventure with something I have never seen before. This is tiki rasgulla chaat. So it starts with this fried potato at the bottom, then it's got an actual rasgulla, but instead of being soaked in syrup, it's soaked in like a curd and syrup, and then it's topped with masalas and beets and cherries and all kinds of craziness. This is a wild one. Let's try it out. That is so weird.
I'm a little bit nervous after Chad's bite, but we're here, so we have to try it. The potato, I can feel it in my hands. It's really warm, and the rasgulla is very cold. So that right off the bat is a little bit interesting. Let's do it.
Kind of strange, right?
Very, very unique.
It's a little bit too weird to want to eat a whole lot of it, but I really, really like the concept. I like the execution, but it's a little bit too sweet for me.
The rasgulla still bursts in your mouth with so much sweetness, but then that warm, kind of spicy masala potato, it's kind of two different things completely. I don't know if they go well together.
It's strange, but good. I'm really glad we started with this. I'm glad we tried it. This is interesting.
If this is one of the things that you love, please comment and let us know. But this might be more of an acquired taste. I feel like there's a rave going on in my mouth, and there's no rhythm to the dance. And my taste buds are just going wild, but I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing.
The theme of tonight is unique. Now we're gonna be eating some corn, but this is not any corn. This is pomegranate, mango, pineapple corn. They took this corn, they put it right over some hot coals, they got it all charred up, and then they added all these other flavors to it. They added masala, they added chutney, they added fruit. I don't know what this is gonna taste like, but I am really excited about it. I don't know if I'm gonna taste more of the buttery corn or more of the fruit, but there's only one way to find out. This really works.
This looks amazing. This crunchy, crunchy looking corn and those pomegranates. I've got some mango in there. This looks so good. Oh wow. You can really taste the smoke from the corn. And then that really kind of tart from the mango. That's really, really delicious.
The flavors are so well balanced in here. I didn't know what that was going to be like, but you have crunchy, sweet, salty, buttery. It is absolutely amazing. I was kind of iffy about whether or not we should get this, but this is such an interesting dish, and it is well worth every penny. This was an amazing stop right here.
That's the beauty of this. Every time you take a bite, you just keep unfolding more flavors. I like this a lot. I wasn't sure about it, but pretty much everything that we've had in India has been just right at my alley. This is amazing. I'm gonna keep eating this.
Man, it's getting busier and busier. It is getting hard to find a place to shoot. I think we got a little window, so we're going for it. This is gobi 65. I love 65 everything, but I have never got to have it with cauliflower. So I want to see what this looks like. It looks like it's got more than just that 65 seasoning. It's got a little sauce to go on top too. Looks great. Oh my gosh. That is so crunchy and delicious.
I love gobi. I know I'm gonna love gobi 65. Let's add some of these onions to it and go in for a bite. Oh my God. It is so, so crunchy. I did not expect that at all.
As saucy as that is, I can't believe the crunch that they put on this cauliflower. I don't know what kind of batter that is, but it really holds up to this sauce. It's a tiny bit spicy, but not really. It just has great, great flavor.
I love the way that they charred it. Provides a little bit of a smoky taste. I like that so much. It just enhances the flavor of that gobi, and then the crunch from all these vegetables.
It was so good. I love how fresh it tastes, how delicious, how crunchy and buttery it is at the same time. This is amazing.
This is really, really nice. I especially like once you chew through that crunchy exterior, how it gets soft and just melts in your mouth. This is a home run right now. I am so glad that we stopped at Chinese Corner.
We just found the famous bhaji center. It's really hard to find. It was right next to the mini idli place, but we found it and we are starting with capsicum. It looks like bell pepper, but I have no idea what it's gonna taste like. After they fry this, they've got all kinds of chutneys and we've got some corn on here. It looks like a little bit of cilantro and carrots. Let's try it out.
Big bite.
That's really good.
This is just loaded up, almost like chaat would be, with all this amazing stuff. Let's see if it tastes good. Mmm.
Oh, a little bit sour, a little bit spicy. Nice and crunchy from that capsicum.
That is just loaded with flavor. The capsicum itself is almost like a bell pepper mixed with a jalapeno. It's got a tiny bit of spice, but it's not really spicy. This is a little flavor bomb. Throw it in your mouth, it's gonna explode. This is good.
This next one is a pineapple bhaji. It looks amazing. They slice open the pineapple to put those fresh vegetables and then the chutneys inside. It looks like a burger almost, but without any meat at all. Let's try it. Wow, it's really good. I've never had fried pineapple before, and I love it. I love how fresh the pineapple is. It has a little bit of a tang, juicy when you bite into it. That burst of flavor is delicious. And then the crunch from all of those shredded vegetables on top, that is so good. The thing I feel like stands out to me the most aside from the pineapple are those chutneys. They're really spicy and they kind of come through. You got the mint chutney, the tamarind chutney, and then the little bit of crunch from this bhaji. This is amazing.
This is banana bhaji and it is stuffed with all the same great stuff as the rest of it. I can't wait to see what the sweetness of that banana mixed with those chutneys and those crunchy veggies is like. Mmm. With this one, you taste the chickpea batter a lot more than you do with the others, and I think that's because that banana is sliced so thin. This is really, really interesting because there's so many things happening at once. That's one thing I love about Indian food, is just over and over and over, you're assaulted with the flavors.
They had mirchi there, and I'm never gonna pass up on a fried chili, so of course I had to get it. This one again is loaded with masalas and chutneys, lots of fresh veggies. Let's get in there for a bite. They said it's spicy. Let's see how spicy it is. Very spicy. They told me it would be spicy and I didn't believe them. I love the bread. Kind of the aftertaste cools the spice down a little bit because of that fried amazing chickpea on the outside. This is really delicious. I'd have to say it's my absolute favorite, even compared to the pineapple, which I loved.
We both tried every flavor and I'm telling you they are all really good, but I gotta be with Joy on this one. The mirchi is the best, pineapple second best, but don't sleep on that capsicum. It was also amazing. But the banana was a little bit of a disappointment. It just didn't have enough banana in it for me to really taste it. So the other three are absolutely my preferences. Maybe skip on the banana or maybe try it for the experience. Either way, this was a great stop. I just ordered something that I've always wanted, but I've never gotten because it never seemed really Indian enough as far as Indian food goes. But I have seen this on every street food tour we've done, and I decided I am not gonna miss out on something that looks this good just because it doesn't have some kind of curry sauce or something with it, or a chaat, or so I'm ready. I have really wanted to get this, and this thing is just fried up, covered in masala, and like a really lemony flavor. This is really good. I have really been missing out. This has a tremendous amount of flavor. I mean, it's kind of like a French fry a little bit. It tastes a little bit like a scalloped potato, but it's just fried nice and crunchy. And that masala is so good on everything. I think this has masala and peri peri and maybe even some mango salt because I really pick up a lot of acidity here. This is fantastic. This is something that I'm going to be having again and again. It's just a nice little treat in the middle of a lot of heavy stuff. This is really good.
The next thing we're having is a honey cake from VV Bakery, and they are one of these staples in this area. One of the main reasons that this is such a huge popular food street, and we barely made it in on time. We literally were running to the door as the guard was locking it, and we begged him to let us just get a couple things before they closed.
I feel so lucky that they let us try this. If we would have missed this, I would have been so sad. We're flying out tomorrow. We wouldn't have had another chance. That would have definitely been a regret. but we don't have to do it because they were so kind. I am so ready to try this. I've heard so much about it. I've read so much about it. The reviews on this are insane. Let's do it. Oh, that's good.
This looks like such a huge piece of cake, but it just dissolves in your mouth when you bite into it. I know it's a honey cake, but it also tastes like coconut. It's super soft and spongy.
It's very subtle. It has a very subtle honey flavor, very subtle coconut flavor. It's got a little bit of sweetness, not overly sweet. Perfect in every way though. I do wish that I had some chai because I think chai would add just a whole nother dimension to this, but this is really, really good. Our last dessert is a strawberry puff, and this thing looks amazing. It almost looks like a croissant. It's just got layers and layers of flaky pastry, and then it's stuffed with this beautiful kind of strawberry whipped cream. It looks so good. I love strawberry. Let's see how this is. Wow. That is so sweet.
This looks so flaky and crunchy. I cannot wait to get a bite. I'm gonna break it apart. Oh my God. And then bite into it. Wow. That is very sweet, but so flaky.
I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be very light, but instead it's this dense, sweet, almost icing. And then this is not like a soft croissant. It's crunchy layers, so as you bite into it, you feel each layer breaking in your teeth. It's absolutely incredible. This is not what I expected, but I am so happy we got it. Really, really nice.
In classic Follow Me, I'm a Foodie style, we are here to the very last minute. They are shutting everything down, but thankfully we got some Donne before they stopped. Now this is like warm milk that was just put in a pot, just been boiling, and they've got some sugar in here. It looks like some honey, maybe some saffron. I see some little almonds on top. Let's try it. Wow. This is good. This is the creamiest milk I've ever had.
This is another one of those items that you see in a video and you just wonder what it tastes like. I'm so glad we finally found it. We've been to a lot of street food places, we've never seen it before, but tonight, here it is. Let's see what it's like. Oh, that's crazy. That doesn't really taste like milk at all. That is like a custard or a pudding flavor that's been warmed up and liquefied. That has a ton of incredible flavor. You can really taste the saffron to go along with that creaminess.
It tastes like pureed dessert. This is delicious. I love how thick that cream is on the top. That doesn't just dissolve in your mouth. It tastes like it is a dessert put on top that just melts into the milk.
This is amazing. I've never had milk like this, but this is definitely the best milk I've ever had in my life.
This is just the perfect way to end a night. It's cozy, it's warm, it's delicious. This is amazing.
The badam was so good that we went back and asked what else they had. They have a rose milk. That is one of the craziest looking things I've ever had. It looks like it's gonna be strawberry, but it's actual rose. They use rose in so many things here, like gulab jamun syrup or even rasgulla, but I've never seen it in a milk form. Again, really exciting to find this. Wow. The floralness of that is just right in your face. I mean, it kind of tastes a little bit like a flour milk. It also has a sweet content to it though that really brings it over the top, but it's like a sweet flour blended into milk. That's the best way I can describe it. It's really, really refreshing. It has been a really hot day. We've been walking around for hours. This was so nice to have the hot milk, but this cold milk to end the night is the way to go for me. I like them both. Flavor-wise, I'm going badam. Refreshment-wise, I'm going with this rose milk.
What an incredible day in Bangalore. We had just an amazing food experience. We started with an incredible South Indian breakfast, and we ended with one of the most amazing street food tours we've ever had. VV Puram was really special. There were so many things there that we didn't even get to try. It was just an incredible day. Did you have a favorite?
It was a ton of fun. So breakfast, I would have to say that was my favorite dosa ever.
No doubt.
But that badam was such a fun experience. You guys know I love my first foodie experiences, and I fell in love with that. That is my favorite all-time dessert. So I've got to go with that. What about you?
That kind of surprises me. I mean, that was incredible. So good.
But that dosa was heaven. They did that dosa better than anyone has ever done a dosa. It was crispy, it was thick, it still had a softness to it. The chutney was amazing, the potatoes were amazing, the atmosphere was amazing. I mean, it was just one of those things that, again, I will remember when I leave here. It was an amazing, 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 I don't know how many times I can say it, amazing dosa. So it's my number one. But VV Puram is one of my favorite food streets I have ever been to. It reminded me of like a Chandni Chowk without all the walking, without all the craziness. It was all in a 1.5, 2 block little space there. It was just a really great time. I want to go back there and keep eating, but we can't. That was a great day though. If you like this video, which you better have liked it, please like, please subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.